Keysight has the world's leading test and measurement systems, predominantly software-based, some hardware accelerated, but the best and most advanced test functions available in the marketplace. Accedian brings world-class cloud-native service analytics and service assurance, coupled with world-class transport telemetry solutions. We have combined our solution sets in order to uniquely address private 5G, cloud-native, CSP, network deployment challenges. Boy, that was a lot of words, but very specifically, the idea that the modern operator is really functioning where they have embodied CI/CD principles and the network itself becomes the lab. So, I want to hear a little bit from Jagadeesh. Jagadeesh, you have a lot of experience in private 5G, working with our joint customers. Talk to me a little bit about some of the operational challenges that you've seen.
Yeah, thank you, Richard. So, at a high level, the private networks are a black box for the end customers in these 5G networks. The network vendors, they deploy the network and they ensure that these networks will work for the QoE that is designed for these networks. But what we are hearing is from these end customers, many number of times these networks exhibit subpar performance. There are many connectivity issues, high latency, and also some applications problems. And also, if you observe the private networks, for example, in the Industry 4.0 networks, the devices are very unique, and the traffic is also very unique.
Yes.
And for example, in Industry 4.0 with Profinet-enabled networks, the latency of the applications must be sub 25 milliseconds.
Oh, yeah.
Beyond that, it may cause the manufacturing line to trip. So for all these reasons, these end customers, they want to understand whether the network is performing according to the design standards, and if it is not, they want to understand where the problems are. And so that is one of the main concerns for these end customers.
You know, that is really interesting. You know, when you think about the capital investment in an Industry 4.0 environment, right? So you're talking about manufacturing infrastructure that a particular unit machine piece, AEV, AGV, it could be worth, you know, anywhere from $200,000 to $20 million. And the goal in Industry 4.0 is to essentially free the efficiency capabilities of an industrial manufacturing process and tying these devices together using a 5G type radio interface. When you think about the capital that's being deployed across that network, it becomes utterly critical that you meet those latency requirements.
Right.
Plus, the machine may weigh a couple of tons. So you really want to make sure that the command and control system has total control of what that end piece of equipment is doing. So how's Keysight helping customers address this challenge?
So, of course, this is a joint solution between Keysight and Accedian. It's a solution, basically a comprehensive solution that can be used for the private networks, network planning, deployment, and also for the operations. That is to understand the QoE of the devices and also the QoS of the network, and also to understand if there are any problems, this solution can be used to diagnose the problem and also have an actionable insight to take the next steps of the actions to resolve these issues.
So, you know, you're bringing up such an important point, right? So typically service assurance is sort of a watching function,
Right.
and then an alarming and thresholding, et cetera, and we signal to operations folks, you need to do something. Now, what's a little bit unique about the relationship between Accedian and Keysight is we can have all of the watching functions and the maintaining of the SLA, but because of your advanced test capabilities, we can, from our service assurance platform, trigger a test function to not only say there's a problem, but rather to explain precisely why there's a problem. Now, for us, our platforms independently can say which part of the infrastructure is causing a problem. We can't actually inform operations on why there's the problem. By coupling our solutions, we bring the best of, hey, are we meeting our SLA or not?
Right.
If we're not, where is it? And then your infrastructure has the capacity to tell our joint customers exactly what's wrong to that, $20 million piece of manufacturing equipment that isn't producing at peak efficiency. Very, very powerful.
Exactly. That I would just like to add that the combined solution gives a delineated view of the performance
Yes.
in each layer. For example, what is the performance of the device? What is the performance of the RAN network? What is the performance of the core network? What is the performance of the application layer? So when you have all those things in a single platform, when the end customers know that, hey, the performance is bad, if they want to understand where exactly the problem is, they can go dig deep and cross-relate all those stacks from the RF layer all the way into the application layer. For example, it can be a Profinet, ProfiSafe application that is running on top of the private network. So that can be found out whether it is in application layer or in the RF layer.
It could be the public cloud that they decided to run that application in. They realized that the public cloud, there are reasons why people build their own data centers. The public cloud may not be responding, the way it's supposed to be.
So I think that is the main differentiator, I believe, of the combined solution that we have.
Agreed. Well, Jagadeesh, it's a genuine pleasure having you here. And, we at Accedian look forward to us jointly helping our customers succeed.
Awesome. Thank you.
Right. Pleasure.